Hey, what's up guys? It's TechSummer, talking to you here. And after Apple's event that has happened last week, I want to ask the question, and what now? What are we getting still in 2022? What is left for Apple to update, and what is the most exciting product still coming at the end of this year? Yes, we still have the Apple Watch Ultra reviews to come. Yes, we still have the AirPods Pro 2 to come. But if you don't know, and if you don't follow the leaks, there are more products that Apple will unveil until the end of 2022. And the most interesting ones probably are the M2 Pro and M2 Max MacBook Pros, the Mac Pro, and the new iPad Pro. So if you are excited for that, I will, all in this video, talk about all of those products, what is new to come, what can you expect, what are the prices, and when will they come. So if you're excited for that, do not forget to drop a like down below, subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys for all the support on the latest iPhone 14 Pro Max videos. I will have more coming down this week. So if you are excited for that, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of those videos. So no further ado, let's get started. As you know, the first product that Apple is expected to upgrade still in 2022 is the iPad Pro. Recent rumors have been saying that the iPad Pro will retain the same design as the older M1 iPad Pro, but with one difference. It will get the M2 chip, of course, the same present on the M2 MacBook Air, but also it will probably get some type of new connection. On the 3 pins at the back, it will probably now have 4, which will enable more accessories, I guess. The leaks do not specify what can be a new MagSafe case, can be a new MagSafe ring, can be MagSafe charging, it can be a new Magic Keyboard. We don't know, but it's probably that we will get a new accessory with that new pin on the back. Then we can expect the M2 chip, which, let's be honest, the M2 is way powerful than you really need for an iPad. So right now, I don't think Apple should put an M2 on the iPad Pro, just because I think they will, because they can, but I don't think it makes any difference for professionals that use the iPad Pro, because there's no powerful apps on the iPad Pro that take advantage of the power of the M2 chip. Of course, the M2 chip will probably enable more Procreate layers, it will probably enable more LumaFusion power, but at the end of the day, what does it matter? The iPad Pro is still the iPad Pro, iPadOS is still iPadOS, and it's still very limiting for what the hardware of the iPad Pro can actually do. So yes, Apple, please launch Pro app support on the iPad Pro. It's long overdue, and it's one of the things that if you do, and if you did that, then it would change the iPad Pro forever. I own an iPad Pro 2018, and I gotta say that I'm not enticed to upgrade a bit. Like, I own the 2018 iPad Pro, which now is 4 years old, and I don't have any reason to upgrade my iPad, which that's pretty bad for Apple, because they can't find reasons for people that have 4-year-old tablets to upgrade. Then the iPad Pro is not longer worth it. Although now you have a mini LED display, which, let's be honest, it blooms a lot. If they can fix that this generation, it would be good. Leakers do not expect, like Min-Chi Kuo and Ross Young, do not expect the 11-inch iPad Pro to get mini LED display. They say that it's exclusive to the 12.9-inch display of the iPad Pro. He expects that those smaller displays from the iPad will change to an hybrid OLED technology in the future. So, I don't know. Let's wait and see what happens. This iPad Pro will probably come on an October event or November, we are not sure, but most likely date will be around October. And in this October event, we will also get more products, just like the new 10th generation iPad. This iPad is a regular ass iPad, so it's the one that costs $349 or $329. This iPad has been the same design for quite a few years, since 2016 or 2017, I guess, when they launched this first iPad. This iPad is very dull. It doesn't have a laminated display. It still has an home button, still uses the first generation Apple Pencil. It still has those chunky bezels. It still has an headphone jack. So it's a long overdue update for this iPad generation. I expect that with the 10th generation iPad, it comes with a new design. According to leakers, it will adopt the new squared off design that we see on the 2018 iPad Pros. It will also adopt the same all-around design as the iPad Air, with some changes. It will probably have still an home button, we are not sure. It will obviously not have Face ID, it will have probably the Touch ID on the screen or on the side, we are also not sure about that. It most likely won't have a laminated display because we need some differentiation from the iPad Air. It will probably have the A14 chip, and finally it will support the 10th generation Apple Pencil. This is actually very big upgrade for this iPad. And if Apple can keep this iPad under $400, that would be quite a steal. That would be quite a deal for everyone just wants a simple iPad that will get amazing new hardware for this iPad 10th generation, and with the A14 chip, we'll have more than enough power for your needs. This is the perfect iPad, and that's what I think that the iPad line serves and exists. It's for these types of iPads. The iPad mini, the iPad 10th generation, these iPads are really worth it. Not the iPad Pros though, those are glorified iPhone Pros. But then, what can we expect more on this event? Well, I do still think that Apple will release the M2 Pro and M2 Max chip around this year. It will be the same generation as the M2 with a little bit more power. There will be more beefed up M2 Pro and M2 Max chips. These chips will be beefed up versions of the M1 Pro and M1 Max chips. The design will stay the same, the price will stay the same, the RAM storage and probably I'm not sure about this one, the RAM storage and the tiers of the chips will probably stay the same. They will probably serve the binned version still on the M1 Pro, and that's it. I don't think they will change anything else. Battery life will stay the same. The M2 chip, as you know, is a little bit more powerful on CPU, around 10 to 15%, and around 30% more powerful on GPU. So expect those gains to be transported to the M1 Max and M1 Pro generation. So I'm very excited for the M2 Pro and M2 Max just to see if they are really more powerful than the M1 Max that I own right now. But the M1 Max MacBook Pros and the M1 Pro MacBook Pros are still an amazing deal. If you own one, be happy with it, do not upgrade. If you don't own one, if you do not wait to buy one, you just need a computer now, buy them. I don't really see the reason you won't. The M2 generation will probably be a very small upgrade, and you will probably not notice the difference if you buy an M2 generation and you wait 1 month and a half, 2 months, or the M1 generation. Keep in mind that if you wait for the M2, you could probably have some problems on the supply chain and have to wait a little bit longer to get your MacBook Pros, while the M1 generation, you can buy them right now. But those MacBook Pros are insane. The keyboards, the display, the hardware, the ports, the M1 Max and the M1 Pro chip, those are the best MacBook Pros that Apple has ever launched, and you can expect that these M2 Pro and M2 Max generation will be a very small upgrade. I'm most likely sure that this will happen. This upgrade will be even smaller than the iPhone 14 was to the iPhone 13. Not talking about the Pros, only the normal generation. So, if you are excited for these M2 Pro and M2 Max MacBook Pros, just wait until October and see. If you don't really want to wait, then grab the M1 Pro or the M1 Max MacBook Pros. Those are still an amazing deal. And if you can find them refurbished on Amazon or Best Buy, then go for them. That's my recommendation for you. Then, what can we expect last for this event? Well, leakers are saying that the iMac Pro and Mac Pro could be delayed until 2023, but I don't think I agree. I do still think that Apple will delay the iMac Pro for 2023 together with the M2 iMac or the M3 iMac 24-inch, but I do still think that Apple wants to respect their timeline for the Apple Silicon transition, and so I do still think they will at least announce the Mac Pro down this year. Yes, the Mac Pro, the biggest and baddest Apple Silicon Mac. This Mac will be insane. No power limitations, no efficiency worries, nothing. It will be full-on power from Apple Silicon. I'm very excited. It will probably retain some type of modularity, not like the Mac Studio though. Expect external RAM and GPU, extra GPU support. Like you could probably buy an M2 Ultra, and then you could probably buy another M2 Ultra and put it there, and it will be two M2 Ultras, and it will create the M2 Extreme. I don't know. Maybe some modularity will be cool. And maybe Apple adds like the unified RAM that they have right now until 256 gigabytes of RAM, and then they will add extra PCI slots so you can add your extra 512, 1 terabyte of RAM, which is not unified. It will be at the side, but it will also be fast. Not as fast as the unified RAM though, but fast nonetheless. So this Mac Pro could be smaller, around the same size, we don't know. We are very doubtful about what this MacBook Pro could look like, because it's a Mac Pro that we don't know a lot, and if Apple releases this October, it will be quite a surprise to see how this Mac Pro could be, how could they work, what architecture will it use, will it use the M1 Ultra, will it use an even bigger chip like the M1 Extreme or the M2 Extreme, will it use an even bigger chip like the X1 or the X2? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait until October or November to see. If the Apple doesn't release the Mac Pro this year, then we will have to wait until probably WWDC of 2023. But I'm very excited for all of these computers that will come out during this October event, but I don't think that's all. I think that in 2023, right from the beginning of the 2023 timeline, we will see the Apple VR headset on January, and that's exciting. And that's very, very exciting. It will be a very expensive version of the Facebook Meta goggles that I have right now, the VR goggles that they bought. But who cares? It will be Apple, so they will be built amazingly well and it will have amazing features. But as you know, it comes out in 2023, not in 2022. So that's a video for other days, not today. So if you are excited for all of the products coming in 2022 on the October event, then do not forget to drop a like down below, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the coverage on those events. Of course, I will finish my coverage on this September event, which was quite packful with the Apple Watch Ultra, with the iPhone 4 and with the AirPods 2. I will not review the AirPods 2. I'm trying to get an Apple Watch Ultra to review, but be for sure that my review for the iPhone 14 Pro Max will be out at the end of this week, and of course the camera compensal also. So if you are excited for all those videos, drop a like down below, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos, and if you want to, only if you want to, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. This has been Thanks for talking to you here. Bye.